Yo, fellas, if y'all want to see me wife a girl that looks like this, or even this, tap in with my Instagram, man. My goal is 10K followers. If y'all active, I will follow back. Come on, y'all. I know we could do it, but hey, here go the vid. After being one of the most talked about players overseas, a viral sensation, if you will, it was time to take my talents to the NBA. The city of Utah, well, let's just say they had a new star in the making, and I was ready to show the rest of the league I got what it takes. Coming into the league, I had a lot of people excited for my debut. In the first 2 games, I actually ended up coming off the bench, just so coaches could see what I could do. But it didn't take that long for me to work my way into that starting lineup. Now, my first game starting happened to be against the Dallas Mavs. And trust me, there was definitely some nerves because your boy had to go up against Luka. Now, they ain't have Kyrie because he had got injured a few games before. So, hey, we only had to worry about a one-headed monster instead of 2. And right off the bat, I drove straight to the lane, trying to get going fast. I already knew the offensive package that Luka had, but I was here to showcase mine too. And with our original starting point guard being out, man, if I hoop today, I might have the opportunity to keep the job. So all that was on my mind was coming out here and making the right play, but also showing that I'm a bucket too. I know I'm a rookie, but I feel like I gotta set the tone. That's what I've seen a lot of rookies do in this league. I for sure had the confidence. I mean, that wasn't a problem at all. Playing overseas all that time at a young age, that helped with that. At this point, it was all about execution. And man, Dallas started to get off to a lead, and I ended up dropping Luka. Something crazy. I just hit a simple little snatchback, and dude fell. I mean, I had been working on my handle coming into the draft combine and eventually the beginning of the season, but this was my first time breaking somebody in a long time. I really had Buddy looking like Ezel from Friday. Hey man, Luka my guy, but hey, when you step in front of me, you might get dealt with. I even had my teammates on the bench going crazy. Sadly, I couldn't finish the shot though. I mean, I had to pass it back because they had cut me off in the lane. But when I got the ball back, with 4 seconds left, I drove straight to the cup and got a tough layup right over Derek Lively. I haven't even played a full quarter as a starter and I already dropped somebody. I mean, that's still crazy to me. But as the game went on, I just kept trying to cook. Dallas jumped off to an early lead and I wanted to see if we could take it. But that man Luka was acting up, bruh. Right after I broke him, he basically rose up and got a poster. I ain't never seen bro do nothing like that in his life. Luckily, I jumped a little bit out the way because that could have been way worse. But I took that personal too. After he did that, I wanted to come down and cook even more. Hey! And I ended up getting a dunk of my own. I gotta be honest with y'all though. I definitely did not have the green light, but after hitting a couple layups, dropping Luka, and getting a dunk, I gave myself the green light. Bro, I just started ISOing every chance I got. It was a bunch of plays we were supposed to be running, but I felt like I was hot. And you know what they're saying is, feed the hot hand. Plus, I was seeing what Texas had to offer in the crowd with some of these women. Man, I gotta show out today. It's no other option. And so far, I mean, that's exactly what was happening. I had no idea what coach was thinking either. I wasn't sure if he was mad that I wasn't calling any plays or hype at the fact that I was frying some of these boys, like Jaden Hardy, who couldn't stay in front of me for nothing. But the more I just played free and the more the game went on, the more I got comfortable. I mean, I was used to playing professional basketball ever since I was 19. Of course, the NBA is a different level, but I knew whenever I got comfortable, bruh, I'd be good. And at the end of the first quarter, I ended up ripping Luka and got the buzzer beater floater to give us the lead by 1 point. And going into the second, we was gonna have some momentum. Hey man, I wanted to make a play. Like I said, it's my first game starting. I I wanted to make my presence felt. I wanted it to be known that there's a new rook in the league and he looking to do damage, no matter who he going against. That floater was crazy though. I wasn't expecting it to go in. I really just chucked it up. That boy Luka ain't have nothing to say. Just walked off after. But as the game went on, man, I got in a bit of foul trouble. And because of that, I got benched a few times. And man, ultimately, they gained a 20-point lead on us. But that don't mean I still wasn't cooking. I mean, they really was lucky that coach put me on the bench because I was basically getting everything I wanted out there. I was getting straight to the Baja, getting the midi going, and you already know I was pushing it in transition. And Luka was way slower than me, so it was hard for him to stay in front. But in the end, we took an L to the Mavs. As far as my performance though, 28 points, 2 rebounds, and 7 assists. Wasn't bad, but I wanted that win. We had to keep moving. And the next game, it was our home opener. And y'all best believe your boy was locked in. I was working on my handles before the game just to make sure I get the best possible results once this mug start. And we had to go up against the Kings. Them boys got DeMar DeRozan now, so they better than they were last year. And they was pretty good last year to me when I was watching. But I'ma tell y'all just like I told my teammates, man. Every team that come in this arena is gonna basically be a hip hop fan. They ain't gonna want nothing to do with jazz. Cause when they step in this arena, it's gonna be problems. Now the beginning of the game started off real competitive. I mean, each team was going back and forth. So I figured this was gonna be another tough game we had on the schedule. But I mean, hey, I don't underestimate any team I play. All I know is I'm trying to come in and do what I can do. And early on, I was getting stuff going in the post. Normally I don't do that, but if I'm gonna be a scorer in the league, I gotta work on scoring at every level. And right here, we was pushing in transition. I drove right past DeMar DeRozan and got straight to the gas station for some barbecue lays. I know most of y'all might be new here, but the layup package is definitely insane. And the way it's looking right now, I was starting to live up to that human highlight reel name that they gave me overseas. Man, it was almost every play was a highlight. And I wasn't even trying to be fancy all the time. Most of it was just a reaction to the defense. That's just how I've been training since I was younger, bro. I mean, what can I say? The fact that people turn everything into a highlight though, that's pretty tough. Now it was at this moment that the Kings knew they might be in trouble. Man, I got a lot of shots to fall early and we was starting to go on a run. Pushing the ball in transition and getting straight to that lane. Hey man, listen. I already told y'all what's gonna happen when teams come to this arena. And man, my teammates was going off too. It wasn't just me. You had my boy Keyonte George coming off of screens, pulling up for 3, and knocking it down. Hey man, we had the whole offense in sync. All we had to do is just keep it moving, and we might walk out of here with the dub easy. Well, not easy. Cause pretty soon these boys started to play me a lot more physical, but hey. It just wasn't enough, man. After De'Aaron Fox got out the game, they put the backup PG on me, and it was basically fried chicken. Chicken fried rice. Stir fry, if you will. Whatever your favorite meal is in the kitchen, that's exactly what was going on. For the seafood lovers out there, just think of fish fillet. I'm telling y'all, I was out here cooking. And as the game went on, we had a little bit of a lead, but we wanted to extend that for sure. And I kept driving to the lane to get the and one bucket. I had the Utah crowd hype. Your boy was performing. And I was also making it happen on the defensive end. Drove to the cup for the easy 2-hand flush. Now I can't speak for other players in the league, but when I be hooping, man, I just be going out there having fun. Of course I want to compete, but at the end of the day, it's all about embracing the moment. You only get one of these careers, man. And the NBA experience is way different from overseas, I'm telling you. The fans are different, the competition is different, and the hype is different. And then you got plays like this. Man, that boy De'Aaron Fox threw the lob out of nowhere, and Malik Monk just flew in and caught it. And I low-key seen that boy stare me down afterwards, so I was trying to come down the court and get my get back. But sadly, your boy De'Aaron went for the steal, and I ended up hurting my hand. Man, that thing was on fire. I couldn't even continue for the rest of the game. I don't even know what happened. I was just going up for a simple lay, and after the swipe down, I just felt a sharp pain in my hand. And man, I had no choice but to just sit down and wait on the trainers. I'm telling you, that's some of the worst pain I never felt in my life. But low-key, it didn't feel like nothing serious though. And man, them hecklers in the crowd was on De'Aaron Fox's head, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was going crazy too. I was approaching 40 points, and sadly, they had cut my night short. But the trainers did tell me it wasn't too serious and I should be able to play next game. And we got the dub, so hey, just had to keep on moving forward. But make no mistake about it, our next game is gonna be crazy against one of the best players in the league. Now this is a matchup a lot of people wanted to see. Sean Diallo versus Lonnie Wade. Now I didn't have the name he had, but I'm pretty sure everybody watching knew that this was going to be a tough matchup. Hey, I seen what he did his rookie season, and I'm trying to do that and then some. So coming into this game, I wanted to go at him the entire time. I mean, we can be cool when we off the court, but when we on this mug, hey, I ain't got no friends. I was looking to cook bro the whole time. And I came straight out the gate going at him. Hit a nice little spin move, got to the rack, and got an easy lay. And the way he was looking, I could already tell this was going to be a battle. But on the next possession, I went right at him again. But this time, a Euro bucket. I'm telling y'all, the lay package get different. It get critical. It get crazy. But man, this game was tit for tat starting off, and I kept going at Lonnie some more. Got him with a quick little Pop-Tart, and at this point, bro, I had the first 10 points that our team scored. Man, I guess it was safe to say your boy was frying as I got the and one bucket right over Lonnie. Hey, in this situation, I felt like it was either you or me, so I had to try to cook him before he tried to cook me. Boom! You already know I was getting the tray ball activated. Almost fell into the crowd and some more. But man, I had to do as much as I could to try to keep us in this game because the Spurs was hooping. And on the other end, Lonnie was doing his thing as well. It wasn't like I was the only one cooking. I had a bit more points, but he was still effective on the game. After I hit that 3 though, the crowd was going crazy. A lot of NBA scouts was questioning if I could shoot or not. That's not even the case. I just prefer to push in transition or in the half court, get straight to the lane, and do things like that. Things of that nature. But hey man, everybody got their different play styles, and I feel like mine works. I'm telling y'all, your boy was straight in the kitchen this game. And Lonnie was having a hard time staying in front of me, I ain't gonna lie to you. But I mean, I know he good on the defensive end. Like I said, he was still affecting the game. He had this one shot where I basically fouled him. Hacked him for real, but the refs ain't call it. And he still made the shot. I can honestly say this game was living up to the hype as far as the matchup, but I still wanted to win. And we found ourselves down about 8 points, and it seemed like everything was clicking for the Spurs. I mean, we just had to get our offense a bit more smoother. It wasn't terrible, but it definitely could use some work. I mean, I wasn't trying to drop 30 to 40 points every game just so we could win. That's something Corey Cash will do. And Lonnie was starting to heat up. These boys got a lead, and they was trying to increase that mug by a lot. Now at this point in the game, I had 28 points, and the game plan was just to get me the ball. And I drove in for the and one bucket. Got another one right over Lonnie. That was crazy that was the way I ended up getting 30 points. Off of an and one bucket. That's pretty tough, y'all can't lie. But man, that 30 points don't mean nothing if we losing. So I had to keep cooking. I had an ISO on Wemby, and I was trying to deep fry, bruh. Hitting him with a bunch of hezzies and got a mean Pop-Tart to finish with the lay. Let me know what's y'all favorite chips in the comment section. But it didn't stop there. Your boy started spinning like Blade and got straight to the cup again for another crazy lay. I was trying to do everything I could to give us a chance to win this game. It was ultimately working. My hand was still a little hurt, but hey, wasn't nothing finna keep me off the court. I wanted to get a dub. But the Spurs, they just different, man. And they got Greg Pop over there. By the time the fourth quarter hit, them boys was almost up 20, and I had a crazy play where I basically got through 3 defenders. I knew that photo was gonna be on ESPN somewhere. I don't even know how I did that. I just did a nice little low pickup, and I was able to weave through all 3 of them. Hey, listen, if that ain't a Kobe moment, I don't know what is. Now, surprisingly, even though we was down by a lot, our fans was still in tune to the game. I mean, every time I did something, it was a bunch of oohs and ahs. It's like they really came just to see me. They ain't care if we won or lost. But I mean, I cared. All that human highlight reel stuff is cool, but I'm telling y'all, when I got drafted, I wanted to be the one to bring a championship to this organization. We was gonna end up taking the L to the Spurs, but I feel like I matched up pretty well against Lonnie. And I'm pretty sure this won't be the last you see of us.